Injured? Dial pound law.
Offices Miami.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the ones you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Miami Heat basketball on WQAM-FM and WQAM-HD1 Miramar. WQAM-AM Miami, an Odyssey sports station.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. Let's get back to preheat on the home of your Miami Heat. FM 104.3 WQAM, AM 560 WQAM. Miami Sports Leader. Sponsored by Doral Kia.
The Miami Heat and the 76ers will tip off at 7 p.m. Welcome back to the Kaseya Center. Jason Jackson and Amy Audibert will have your call. They'll be sitting to my left as we overlook Pat Riley Court. It is a Vice night tonight here in downtown Miami. We'll have your call on the Miami Heat audio experience. A reminder that because the game was picked up by Peacock, it is a nationally televised game tonight, so no FanDuel Sports Network for the Heat. They'll only be on Peacock if you're driving home right now and you want to watch the game. But we hope you'll be locked into the audio experience. We will be your only local broadcast in English tonight right here on WQAM. A quick injury update. Norman Powell out again tonight for the Miami Heat. Will and I talked about it briefly in the previous segment because of an upper respiratory illness. So hopefully Norm is feeling better and he'll be able to be back Wednesday night when the Heat will be in this building hosting the Boston Celtics. But a bummer without Norman Powell. Pelle Larsson has been on the injury report. He was listed as probable with a triceps contusion. He has been upgraded to available. Tyler Hero was the late addition to the injury report. He is probable right now. Looks like he's going to end up being a game-time decision because of a stiff neck. And that would, of course, because no Norm, that would be a huge bummer if Tyler Hero could not go tonight. But it does seem, with that probable indication, it does seem like he's trending to be available for this game. Let's head downstairs now and hear the comments of the head coach, Erik Spoelstra. He spoke to the media just a few moments ago, and Coach Spo was asked about Miami's defensive lapses over the past couple of games and the balance of using it as motivation, but also just trying to forget about it as you get ready for another important game down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, it's both. I mean, we know what it is. You know, at this point, I mentioned it last night, our guys want to. I feel like we have enough of the habits. We've talked about it enough. And now it just needs to show when we need it the most. And, you know, last night was a tough game. By the time we got off the plane, you know, everything was just focused on this game tonight.
and Jaime has scored 1,000 points in the season, joining some rare company off the bench. Just what have you, again, just in totality, what you've seen from him this year, and just compared to those first 2 seasons?
Well, I thought it was great to see the resilience, to bounce back from a season that he was disappointed, with, from a health standpoint and a contribution standpoint. He's a competitor, and he wants to help, contribute to winning. He really prepared, this offseason. He was able to prepare, and he's been, a big part of what we do. His pain attacks are really important for us. When he's healthy and feeling great, that makes our offense look different.
The 3-point percentage against has been one of the lowest in the league for most of the season. There's been a spike in that, obviously, over the last 2 weeks. Is that reflective of maybe the quality of 3-point shots you guys are giving up, or do you feel like there's maybe a combination of teams also just making a lot of shots against you guys?
Yeah, it's both. I mean, the way we look at it,
Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Norby hammers high in the sky, out to left, no doubt about it. And that was a no-doubt bomb for Norby.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck. The official pregame show of the Miami Marlins on the home of the Marlins, WQAM.
Augustine Ramirez hammers a ball, left field, and gone. 3-run bomb.
Marlins on Deck is brought to you by ADT, the official security partner of the Miami Marlins, and by Werner Hoffman, Gregg and Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
Call down, I'm pissed off and ready to go. Why do you get so pissed off? I don't like hitters.
Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Straub.
All right, nice job, Trevor and Jimmy. Welcome. We are live from Lone Depot Park in Miami. Another overcast, 78-degree Monday night. Roof in the walls are slammed in shut. Here we go. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio, AM 560 WQAM, Game 4 of 162. Owen Casey, he became the second ever Marlin to have a walk-off homer within his first 3 games with the team, joining Miguel Cabrera, a 4-3 walk-off victory and a sweep to start the season. Now, the Marlins are looking to match their best start in franchise history tonight as they welcome in an interleague foe on the second leg of this 6-game homestand. The man that was drafted by the Marlins in 2015, but then was traded before debuting, Chris Paddack, will make his first start in some Marlins threads. He will go opposite Davis Martin, 29-year-old right-hander, who was second in starts and innings pitched on the Sox last year. He will kick off his campaign. We are pumped to bring you Game 1 of this 3-game interleague set between your 3-0 Miami Marlins and the 0-3 Chicago White Sox. We will get going today at 6:40 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Monday night with Jack McMullen and 4-time World Series champion Jeff Nelson. I'm Steven Strom. We got a wonderful show for you tonight. We will go the distance. We will talk about where both teams are at coming into Monday. 2 different teams and 2 different records coming into tonight. We'll hear from Clayton McCullough. I'll sit down with him, pick his brain on a couple of different topics. We'll get you at the count with Paddack and Martin. Plus, we do have some roster updates. Marlins made a late-night trade that we'll fill you in on. Jack and Nelly will jump in for segment 4. Expo question today at Marlins Radio and Steve's guarantee to victory. Let's start here where both teams are at. I always like to set the scene on Game 1 of each series, and we'll begin with the visitors, and that is the Chicago White Sox. So the White Sox, they were 6 outs away from collecting their first win of the season yesterday, up 7-3 against the Brewers, headed into the 8th inning until this happened.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Yelich, a high drive, deep right, down the line, fair and gone!
Christian Yelich, a 3-run blast. And the Brewers have come all the way back to the 8th inning.
So the White Sox fall to 0-3. Manager Will Venable, who's in year 2 after the loss.
Yeah, it's tough, but, we'll dust ourselves off and be ready to go tomorrow. So, yeah, it's a tough series. Certainly some things that we have to work on. We know that coming in. Some of the things that we emphasize in spring training that we got exposed with, to be honest, this series. It's a good hard-fought game today that didn't go our way. This is one of the best teams in the league, and so yeah, there's good learning experiences, and we got to evaluate some individual things here, get better at them, and move forward.
So the White Sox now are looking to avoid their second 0-4 start in the past 3 seasons. Again, they dropped their first 4 games of 2024. Now, the one good thing to the White Sox season has been Munetaka Murakami, who has hit a home run in all 3 of his games. He's looking to become to join Trevor Story as the only players in MLB history to homer in each of his first 4 career games. And the downside for the White Sox right now is that the pitching has really struggled to keep guys off of base. The free passes have really hurt the White Sox. 9 walks in Game 1 against the Brewers, 5 in Game 2, and 7 in Game 3. So that's 21 walks across 3 games. Let's get to the Marlins now. 3-0. Only 10 runs scored by the offense. It's been, for the most part, a pitching clinic for at least the first 2 days. I wouldn't say Meyer put on a clinic yesterday, but 7 innings from Sandy Alcantara on Friday, 7 innings on Saturday from Yuri Perez, and 5 yesterday from Max Meyer. But the point being, 19 innings pitched from your starters the first 3 games. You'd had to turn over to the bullpen for 8 of them. And that was a big reason why the Marlins were able to win yesterday, because Meyer didn't have his best stuff, but they were able to turn it over to Tyler Phillips, John King, ETC. And here we are yesterday with just a complete shift of emotions. Marlins get one on in that 9th inning. Xavier Edwards on first base. Liam Hicks comes up to bat. He lines what looks like is going to tie the game. Troy Johnson, of all people, ends up making the catch on a line out and doubling up Xavier Edwards. Of course, Javier Sanoja somehow, some way gets on 100-mile-per-hour gas. And then Owen Casey comes up to bat and with one big swing sends the Marlins faithful home happy. So here we are, the Marlins 3-0. Again, I said it in the open, a chance to match their franchise record best 4-0 start. There's never been a 5-0 start, but let's focus here on tonight, and that will be Chris Paddack, who will take the ball for the Marlins, hoping to get to win number 4 here in 2026. We will break. We'll talk to the Marlins manager, Clayton McCullough, a plethora of topics. We're playing baseball at 6:40. It is the Marlins. It is the White Sox on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
South Florida's top choice for quality signs and graphics is Metro Group Miami. With Metro Signs and Metro Wraps, no job is too big or too small for the experts at Metro Group Miami. A proud corporate partner and official signage and graphics provider of the Miami Marlins, they bring brands to life. Call them today at 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to discover what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, signs, graphics, car wraps. They're your everything team. The Ritz-Carlton Key Biscayne, Miami invites you to discover a new era of coastal luxury following its $100 million transformation, where open-air design and sweeping ocean views create a seamless connection to the sea. Set across 17 acres of pristine beachfront, the resort blends island serenity with the dynamic rhythm of Miami. Experience the calm between the currents of city and sea and reserve at ritzcarlton.com or call 1-800-542-8680.
Miccosukee Casino and Resort is your place in Miami to live it up and play on. Unleash the excitement of slots, high-stakes bingo, and 24/7 poker action. Indulge in exquisite dining at La Brisa and handcrafted cocktails at Tempt Lounge. Unwind in our elegant rooms and suites as you elevate your entertainment around the clock. And check out our new Little Trail Casino on I-75, exit 49. Rediscover Miccosukee Casino and Resort, voted best casino in Miami. Visit Miccosukee.com for more.
This is Owen Casey, and you listen to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on 104.3 WQAM.
Well, joining us now here is the manager, Clayton McCullough, after a 3-0 start. I was thinking this, Little League or minor league or major league, what was the best start that you've had, coach, player, without a loss?
Wow.
I have to really go back into the archives for that one.
Okay.
I'm not sure I can think of I'm not sure I can think of it off the top of my head. My closest one, at least recent memory, I think we were like 13-1 to start a year, 1 year in LA, but I don't even remember what year that was. I don't even know if that's accurate.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
so I don't remember.
Let's
13-1. That works for me. I was doing some thinking too this morning. What Owen Casey has done reminds me a lot of someone that we saw last year. Owen Casey, 5 for 10 to start the year. The individual I'm thinking, 4 for 12 with a walk-off home run. You get what you're picking up what I'm putting down here.
I do. I mean, Owen. This is why Owen was acquired. I believe like there's a chance for him to like provide some real impact to our lineup and the ability to slug and think he, have good at bats, bring some power to our lineup from the left side. And I'm sure he's thrilled that you get traded over. You're a new organization and you get off to a really nice start. Early on has to feel great for him. And so yeah, he's really made his mark here early on, and now he'll just have to keep going and make adjustments along the way as he goes. But this is again his first time where you kind of can just know that you're going to be in there with a lot of regularity and have a chance to you're also going to have a chance to go 0 for 9 and still stay in there and continue to go.
Managers and coaches are always looking for something to like get better at after a 3-0 start. If there's anything that you kind of took away from the last 3 games, like, hey, coming into this one, I want to make sure that we're still refocused on this. Is there anything that was there?
The one that would probably stand out for me, I think we had some outs on the bases that for me were we can clean up, and we're going to be aggressive. And I know that what comes with that is we're going to make some outs. But I think it's doubled off on line drives and Quintana on the ropes the other day and getting picked off at first base. Like I think those for me are more of a mental mistake or just not maybe the awareness. Which hey look, that's part of the teaching moments too, and certainly don't put that all on the players, but I think that we're going to have to. I am okay with us making some outs aggressively on the bases, sure. But I think there's instances where those are more of a mental thing and things that we need to clean up and be avoidable because you only get 27 outs in a game and you want to make them count as best you can.
Clayton McCullough with us now. Last one for you. Excited to see Chris Paddack had a strong spring, and we talk about guys like someone like Yuri. How much potential does he have left? And you've talked, he's just scratching the surface. With someone with Paddack, right, 30 years old, you're really teaching him how to supinate and throw away from right. How much is left for someone like Chris Paddack?
I think I would say the quick answer to that, I think there's a lot left for anyone. And I think Chris, there's pedigree. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that, Chris was, seen as someone that could be like, a fixture, middle of the rotation or top of the rotation type arm. And unfortunately, he's had some health issues, and last year was a tough one performance-wise. I think we feel like that, we're catching, Chris at a good time where he's incredibly open-minded to getting better, which I think that's an important part. And, being really good and getting back to what you're good at, with the heater and the changeup, like locating the heater in better places, probably like doing a little bit better job of when guys are in scoring position of being able to finish some at-bats and hoping that the addition of some of these breaking balls can help him finish at-bats in a different way, just give him more looks for the hitters, keep them a little bit more off balance. And so I do believe that there's still room, before his ceiling.
First of many, Clayton, thank you very much. Let's get to 4-0. We'll break, get you out of the count. 6:40 first pitch, game 1 of 3 against the Marlins and the White Sox on the Marlins Radio Network. Attention Marlins fans, the Miami Marlins Foundation 50-50 raffle is back for the 2026 season. At every home game, fans at Lone Depot Park and at home in Florida can purchase raffle tickets for a chance to win 50% of the net proceeds, with the rest supporting the foundation's wellness, empowerment, and youth baseball and softball programs. Don't miss your chance to win while giving back. Visit marlins.com/raffle for more information.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
I'm Adam Werner. As the official law firm of the Miami Marlins, Werner, Hoffman, Gregg & Garcia fights for our clients the same way the Marlins fight on the field, relentlessly and with a winning strategy. Our team represents clients in personal injury, workers' compensation, veterans disability, bankruptcy, and Social Security cases. From our home office in Miami, Florida, we provide powerhouse legal representation built on dedication, experience, and results. If you need a team that's ready to step up to the plate for you, visit WernerHoffman.com. Werner, Hoffman, and Greg and Garcia, proudly serving the 305 community.
DQ presents the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. For a limited time, when you buy one Blizzard treat, you get a second for just 99 cents. That's 2 Blizzards, 2 spoons, 2 flavors, and 2 flips. So don't miss out on the Blizzard Double Flip Deal, available only for a limited time and happening now at DQ. Because the only thing better than a Blizzard treat is a second Blizzard treat for just 99 cents. It's a deal to flip for. The Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Participation may vary.
This is Clayton McCullough, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
All right, back here at Lone Depot Park in Miami, Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, and Jeff Nelson. Marlins 3-0 to start the season, but not done. How about them wheeling and dealing late last night? Leo Jimenez from the Toronto Blue Jays was traded over to the Miami Marlins. Davison De Los Santos option to AAA Jacksonville. I actually do have a couple of bites that will play during the game at some point. Got Clayton on Davison De Los Santos, who again just appeared in one game yesterday, started the game, had a double. And, what can we expect from Leo Jimenez, who, of course, was traded over here and obviously brought on to the big league club? Okay, let's get you ahead of the count. First start here for Chris Paddack. Excited, Mr. Sheriff. He came in today looking spiffy. He had a really nice blazer on. He had his cowboy hat on. Everyone stopped, dropped, and looked at him as he came into the clubhouse. Excited to see with the 30-year-old right-hander who signed a free agent deal on February 12th of this season. He'll make his first start. Again, he was an original Marlins draft pick in 2015 in the 8th round. He was traded over to San Diego for Fernando Rodney. Split 2025 with the Minnesota Twins and the Detroit Tigers. Made 28 starts, 5-12, a 5.35 ERA, 158 innings pitched. You want to hear the good or do you want to hear the bad? I can't hear you. Okay, let's start with the bad. 31 home runs allowed. That was the third most in all of baseball. Let me give you the good now. 5% walk rate. MLB average is 8. So that's good. He doesn't allow free passes. And he's got a 31% chase rate, meaning he's able to get guys to swing out of the zone. Paddack this spring was working on that cutter and that slider, things that were working away from righties, something that he's not really been able to achieve. He's a guy that throws a changeup and throws in on righties. The Marlins are trying to work with him on widening the arsenal. 5 spring starts for Paddack. 13 innings, 1 earned run, a 0.69 ERA, 12 Ks to 3 walks. Paddack has made 3 starts last year against the Chicago White Sox. Remember, he was in division with the Minnesota Twins and the Detroit Tigers. And you probably looked at the ERA and said, oh my gosh, 7. Lazy. That's lazy. You know why that's lazy? Because he's made 3 starts. First start was not good. 3 1/3, 9 runs. Okay, but the next 2, 5 2/3, 1 run, 5 innings, 2 runs. I'll take that, Chris Paddack. Big thing to watch for Paddack as well tonight. With runners in scoring position, opponents hit .318 with a .977 OPS. Chris is good when runners are not on. Chris struggled when runners were on. Chris Paddack will go opposite Davis Martin, 29-year-old right-hander, 14th round pick in the 2018 draft. He debuted in 2022. Reliever, then converted into a starter, made a couple of mixes there. In 2025, 7-10, a 4.10 ERA, 25 starts, 142 2/3 innings pitched, 104 Ks to 48 walks. He was second on the White Sox team in innings and second in starts. This guy at 29 is officially a veteran. He is the longest tenured White Sox. So this offseason, he decided, I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to have Drew Thorpe. I'm going to have Shane Smith visit my family ranch in Texas. That was a big talking point for Davis Martin. He's embracing this leadership role. This is going to be his first career start against the Miami Marlins, and he will throw the kitchen sink at you. A 4-seamer, a changeup, a slider, a sinker, a curveball, sweeper, and a cutter. Chris Paddack, Davis Martin, they will feature our matchup on the mound here at 6:40. We will break. We'll get the great Jeff Nelson on. He will join pregame for the first time this season on the radio side. And, of course, Jack McMullen recapping what was an amazing walk-off win for the Marlins yesterday with Owen Casey. We're back with more on the Marlins Radio Network.
Legal battles shouldn't be fought alone, especially when your health, finances, or family's future are on the line. I'm Adam Werner. At Werner, Hoff, and Greg and Garcia, we guide our neighbors across the Miami, Florida community through some of life's most difficult legal transitions, from injury cases to disability cases, bankruptcy, and more. Our team is committed to providing clear guidance, strong advocacy, and dependable support every step of the way. Let our family help lead the fight so you can focus on yours. Werner, Hoff, and Greg and Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
Marlins fan, get ready for more baseball action when the Fighting Fish face the Cincinnati Reds, April 6th through the 9th. Plus, enjoy Bark at the Park, sponsored by Tito's Homemade Vodka, 4 for $44, presented by Pepsi. And ticket, food, and beverage deal for 4 and more. Get tickets now at marlins.com/tickets.
Get to Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac for our 80th anniversary sale. 2026 optics, $329 a month at Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Approved credit cards and transportation vehicles, sports.ts, 115239, less than 5K miles, 24-month lease, $39.99 down, 0 security plus tax tag title fees.
Get anniversary savings at Edmore Sawgrass Chevrolet during Chevy Truck Month. 26 Silverados, supplier pricing, and no payments for 90 days. Chevy, together let's drive.
Approved credit, interest accrues from date of purchase through preferred lender. Select models plus tax tag title fees. Dealer has details.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and memorable moments. Make your plans today for July 24th through the 27th for the induction of Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones, and Jeff Kent as the class of 2026. Visit baseballhall.org today for the entire schedule. See you in Cooperstown.
1-0 pitch. Casey launches high in the air at the right. It is gone! You can't make this up! And for the first time since 2009, the Marlins start a year 3-0.
Well, the Marlins are looking to go 4-0 here tonight. Steven Strom, that was Jack McMullen last night. Jeff Nelson in the fold as well. So I was thinking this, and I threw it at Clayton today. Stowers last year, first 3 games, 4 for 12, 2 RBIs. He had the walk-off double against David Bednar the first game, okay? Owen Casey, 5 for 10 with a home run, 4 RBIs. Of course, he had the walk-off yesterday. So people have made the Kyle Stowers comp when he arrived. Stowers got off to the fast start last year, Jack and Nell, and now Casey's doing the same. Let me start with Jack here. Do you see any similarities in how he's been able to get going right away?
It's hard not to, and the way that you see the similarities are within the big moment. Like Kyle Stowers, when he would step up at the beginning of the year last year and made his presence felt en route to becoming an everyday player and an all-star for the Marlins, was stepping up in the biggest of moments. The 4th inning at bat matters, obviously, but what do you do in the 8th and the 9th? Stowers delivered time and time again over the first month and a half of the season, and he became the guy. He became the hot-selling jersey in the gift shop, and Owen Casey's already doing that. We've played 3 games, and this guy has 2 effective game winners with the walk-off homer yesterday and then the go-ahead single in the bottom of the 8th on Saturday. So we're talking about a guy that's stepping up not only in, the 2nd inning and on opening night when he's just thrusted into the lineup, but he's stepping up in the 8th and the 9th inning right away. That's very Stowers-ish from him.
Now, what you think?
I don't see any similarities. And one has blonde hair, the other one red, yeah. One 6'5", one about 6 foot.
Yeah.
No, yes, you can say there's similarities because they've gotten off to really good starts. I wish Stowers was playing. I wish he was in this lineup. It would be really interesting to have both of these guys in the lineup at the same time. I like the fact that, yes, has he gotten off to a great start? I like the fact that he had his couple hits off of lefties. I mean, he wasn't supposed to play opening day. His first hit as a Marlin was off a left-hander. He got, and then the next day he hits another lefty. I want to see him play all the time. I don't want him to be in that platoon area where he just hits against righties and maybe some soft toss and lefties. His confidence is through the roof. You absolutely love the kid. His interviews, he's all about the team. You love that he's getting off to a great start. Every player would love to get off to the start that Owen Casey has gotten off to.
And Owen Casey, of course, is back in the lineup. He will bat 6th and play right field. He has been one of the few offensive guys, only 10 runs, Nelly, and I'm going to throw it to you here because you're the former pro. You guys are like always trying to work on things, even if your ERA is 0. The Marlins were perfect. They were 3-0 over the weekend against the Rockies. If there was one gripe from Jeff Nelson, what would it be?
No, I don't think there's any gripes. I think, if you look at Max Meyer yesterday with his 5 innings, obviously I would love to see him throw his fastball. I think he has tremendous stuff. Yes, does he have a great slider? Of course he does. But he also has a really good fastball, and he could pitch so much better if he utilized that pitch on both sides of the plate better. And it'll come. I mean, he only has, 26 starts in the big leagues? I don't have any gripes at all. This is how they're going to win games this year. They're not going to very few times. I mean, there's going to be some times they blow teams out, but they're not going to blow teams out. You're going to face a White Sox team, worst team in the American League last year. They're 0-3, but they do have a better offense, I think, than Colorado. So as far as runs scoring, I think the pitching will have to be a little bit better than it was, if it can be any better, because they pitched outstanding against Colorado. But they are facing a better offensive team in Chicago.
That's Jeff Nelson. I'm Steven Strom. Jack McMullen, what can you tell us about Murakami? The guy's got 3 home runs the first 3 games.
Yeah, so he is aiming to become the second guy in the history of Major League Baseball to homer in each of his first 4 career games. Only other guy is Trevor Story. It's weird. There have been 4 guys in MLB history to do it, and it's all been within like the last 7 or 8 years of Major League Baseball. 2 of them are this year. Chase DeLauder with Cleveland, he's done it. 3 homers in his first 3 games. Murakami, obviously, and then Kyle Lewis in 2020 with Seattle, and then Trevor Story with Colorado. So it's just kind of weird that it's happened recently. Murakami is going to hit the ball out of the ballpark. This guy has a 56 home run season in the second best league on the planet, Nippon Professional Baseball in Japan. He debuted in that league at the highest level when he was 19 years old. He won the Rookie of the Year. He's won 2 MVPs over there. He's one of the most prolific power bats that we have ever seen come over from Japan or exist in Japan. That's a league that featured Sadaharu Oh, right, who for a long time, who never even came over. He has the record with 56 homers for the most homers by a Japanese-born player in a single season over there. The question is, how much is he going to make contact? The further question, how much is he going to make contact against high-velocity fastballs? The 3 homers that he has had, 2 cutters, 1 fastball, all about 92, 93 miles an hour over the heart of the plate or on the inner half. So you can look at those 3 pitches. You can look at 3 homers in 3 games and say, this guy's a budding superstar. Or you could look at those 3 pitches and say, those were 3 mistakes, and that's the kind of pitch that he hammered in Japan. I'm curious to see what Paddack does. I would think a lot of fastballs up, and I would think some extra giddy up from the Sheriff, 94, 95 miles an hour, because he can blow it by Murakami. That is the primary concern.
Good segue into Chris Paddack, Nelly. I can't think of anyone better to talk about breaking balls away from righties than you. That is something that Paddack has been working on all spring. What should we be looking at? And maybe, okay, the breaking ball is working for Paddack again, because he's always been a guy that's thrown the changeup. He's really been working on that slider and that cutter.
Yeah, righties always hit him better. 286 to 230 or whatever to lefties, 240 to lefties. You always need something to go away on both sides of the plate. He's had trouble with that with the right-hander. Always had a good changeup, good fastball, velocities there. Coming to the Marlins, maybe they just showed him a different grip, a little bit of a different design. And, the release point might be a little bit different. And it's something that he has to add. Anybody, when you look at somebody's repertoire and they say, okay, they have a cutter, that means probably the right-handers are going to hit them a little bit better right on right, because they don't have the good snap on a slider or a good snap on the breaking ball. They're like, oh, I'm going to rely on that cutter. He threw a cutter. Now he's starting to get a little bit more spin on his breaking ball, and we're going to see that tonight. He's going to need it. He's been one of those pitchers that pitch around a 4.5, 4.6 ERA. He's giving you innings, and you absolutely like that. So the leash is off. Hey, let him go as far as he can. But I think that pitch will give him a lot more confidence against righties.
Paddack, 28 starts last year at a 5.35 ERA, but in 5 starts in spring training, it looked good. 1 earned run over 13 innings pitched, but we know that does not matter once we get into the regular season. We'll break. X-Poll question, Steve's Guarantee. It's all coming up next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
At Loan Depot, we're big on home. Home games, home teams, home field advantage, and you better believe it, home runs. For us, home means everything, which is why we're offering more options that make buying your first home easier and more affordable. No matter where you are on your home ownership journey, round the corner to loandepot.com and let us help get you home. That's loandepot.com. We're on deck ready to hit it out of the home ownership park for you. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLC ID number 174475.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing nothing, you're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's like really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry to the Bahamas and USA.
Everyone knows BrandSmart USA as the heavy hitters, like big screen TVs and appliances, but our lineup is way deeper than you think. We've got mattresses, furniture, and grills for the cookout, plus everything from fitness equipment, vacuums, AC units, the latest tech, and more to keep your home running like a pro. We make life easier with fast delivery, professional installation, haul away, and our own in-house repair centers. All at the lowest price with 0% interest financing and buy now, pay later options. BrandSmart USA. Favorite brands, lowest prices guaranteed.
This is Jacob Marcy, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on 104.3 WQAM.
Perfect individual to bring us back because he's part of my Steve's Guarantee. But before that, just want to stay on schedule here. Let's get to our Expo question at Marlins Radio. Owen Casey, he became the second Marlin, did a walk-off homer within his first 3 games with the team, joining who as the only Marlin to do so with Owen Casey. Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. It is time for Steve's Guarantees.
Almost time to play ball. First pitch coming up in moments. Steve's Guarantees coming up now.
Hey, Marlins fans, when water, fire, or mold strike, trust the Marlins' #1 choice, ServPro. From cleanup to construction, they work to make it like it never even happened. Okay, Steve's Guarantee. Jacob Marcy, 1 for 10. Oh, my gosh, what's going on with Jacob Marcy? He'll collect 2 hits. Trust me. He had 18 multi-hit games of his 55 last year. I like Marcy at the top to collect 2 hits. Number 2, listen up, Jeff Nelson. Marlins draw 5 team walks. I had mentioned this with the White Sox. White Sox, 9 walks in Game 1 against the Brewers, 5 walks in Game 2, 7 walks in Game 3. Marlins got to draw 5 walks, Jeff Nelson, against this Chicago White Sox team. Last one, I don't know why I have this feeling. Xavier Edwards triple. He had 5 the last 2 seasons. I like X, especially against right. 306 batting average. Give me Xavier Edwards with a triple tonight to get the thing going. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints the picture. Jeff Nelson, he is ready to rock starting lineups, and first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins on Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball. It is next on the Marlins Radio Network.
ADT is the smart security partner of the Miami Marlins. ADT